You know, a lot of times when he says certain things on social media, I say, he's to me, he's still a kid.
They were saying I was messing with his daughter off of the fact that she kept Snapchatting.
Okay.
She kept hitting me on Snapchat. Floyd outdoing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focused on. He already did what he had to do, bro.
During a heated press conference, Floyd Mayweather lost his cool after Gervonta "Tank" Davis made startling revelations about their past. Mayweather, visibly frustrated, defended himself while subtly implying Davis's immaturity. The tension between the former mentor and protege is growing, leaving fans questioning whether their feud can ever be mended. Despite their shared history, it appears their relationship is beyond repair, and the drama shows no signs of slowing down.
Tank vents out on social media. He's been through a lot, throughout his life. But I take my hat off to him. I'm proud of him. Saturday night we had a game plan, and a lot of times when he says certain things on social media, I say, he's to me, he's still a kid. And when I was that age, I probably would have did the same thing. I didn't have a Floyd Mayweather to stand behind me and tell me, about what's right and what's wrong. He got the job done, but my hat off to Ryan Garcia, tough competitor, tough fighter, and the best man won.
Tank opened up on social media sharing that he's been through a lot in his life. I respect that, and I'm proud of him. On Saturday night, we had a game plan, and while he often says things on social media that make me think he's still a kid, I get it. At his age, I probably would have done the same. I didn't have a Floyd Mayweather to guide me and show me right from wrong. He got the job done, but I have to give credit to Ryan Garcia. He's a tough competitor, and in the end, the best man won.
Floyd outdoing him. He always been like that. You know what I mean? So I gotta focus on what I'm focused on. He already did what he had to do, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Me, if I did what I like what he did in the sport, I ain't gonna lie, I'd be the same way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't follow him for stand to himself and things like that. You know what I mean? But it's also a part of me type thing, like come back and help too. You know what I mean? So it's much love to the whole Mayweather promotion. You know what I mean? Ain't no bad blood type shit. And a lot of people think when I be tweeting on Instagram, I be mad. I just be talking.
Tank Davis hasn't held back when discussing his past with Floyd Mayweather, sharing the truth about what went down between them. According to Tank, Floyd has always had his own methods of dealing with fighters, often controlling situations to benefit himself. He did what he did, I'm just focused, Tank said. He's always been like that, and I'm going to do what I'm going to do. Tank is clear that he's moving forward, but he's also not afraid to reveal the behind-the-scenes reality. He believes Floyd's tactics were always about maintaining control over fighters rather than helping them grow independently. From fight negotiations to career decisions, Tank feels Floyd made choices that served his own interests first. Despite this, Tank isn't dwelling on the past. He's focused on his own career and making his own decisions. He no longer needs Floyd's guidance and has proven he can succeed on his own terms. While Floyd may continue to operate the way he always has, Tank is done being a part of it. His message is clear. He's in control now and won't let anyone dictate his future.
They're on top.
With Floyd? You said, what was the lose-lose situation? What you mean?
This situation that he put me in to, make me lose, but he thought I was gonna lose.
You talking about a boxing match or?
Yeah, boxing match.
Who, if you don't mind? If you don't want to, it's fine. Who?
Joseph Pedraza, my first world title. I was 16-0. I was 16-0. 16-0. And I was 21 at the time. And I haven't fought in 7 or 8 months. And around that time, I wasn't making that much, man. I probably was making like $10,000 a fight. So 6 months is crazy to not fight, you know. So when they came back and it was like, all right, you gotta fight. He was like, you gotta fight this fighter, which is Joseph Pedraza. If you don't fight him, you're not fighting. You're like sitting on a show. So I had to fight him. In the midst of all that happened, I got evicted. I had to sell my jewelry. So now, and remind you, I'm letting them boxers that you talking about, I'm putting them on game.
Tank Davis has been upfront about his rocky relationship with Floyd Mayweather, but things took a more serious turn when he accused Floyd of withholding earnings from multiple fighters, including himself. According to Tank, Mayweather's control over his fighters went beyond career decisions. It also impacted their finances. These accusations have only fueled the ongoing tension between the two, making their relationship even more complicated. Floyd didn't take these claims lightly. Instead of addressing them head-on, he retaliated in a way that surprised many, posting a video aimed at damaging Tank's reputation and painting him in a negative light. Fans saw this move as a personal attack rather than a professional response, signaling that the bad blood between them has reached an irreversible point. Despite the drama, Tank has stayed focused on his career. He clarified that he hasn't cut ties with Floyd as a person, just his promotional company. "I didn't leave Floyd, I just left his promotion," he said, stressing that his decision was strictly a business one. While their feud continues to unfold in public, one thing is clear: Tank is determined to succeed on his own terms. Whether Floyd will continue to engage or let it go remains to be seen, but for now, Tank is fully focused on building his legacy without Mayweather's influence.
Talked about leaving Mayweather on the Brian Custer podcast.
I didn't say I'm leaving. I said my contract was up.
So there's still a possibility that you may resign.
Yeah.
So this is your last fight with Mayweather Promotions?
Yes, sir.
Tank Davis has been open about his past with Floyd Mayweather, sharing insights into how their relationship unfolded. While many believe their bond is completely broken, Tank clarified in a recent interview that he hasn't left Floyd personally. He's just moved on from his promotional company. "I didn't leave Floyd, I just left his promotion," Tank said, emphasizing that his decision was strictly business. Tank has always respected Floyd's legacy and the knowledge he gained while under his mentorship. However, he felt it was time to take control of his own career. He wanted the freedom to make his own decisions, choose his own fights, and not be limited by someone else's vision for him. Floyd has always had a particular approach to managing fighters, and while it worked for some, Tank felt it was no longer the right path for him. He didn't want to be held back or restricted in his opportunities. Despite stepping away from Mayweather Promotions, Tank still acknowledges Floyd's significant influence on his career. Now he's focused on building his own legacy and proving he can succeed on his own terms, all while still respecting the man who helped him reach this point.
Y'all gotta get in here and check this out. Ryan Garcia is spilling tea. In a recent interview, he claims that Gervonta and Floyd Mayweather's falling out is due to a result of Gervonta smashing Floyd Mayweather's daughter, Yaya. Now, if you guys are unfamiliar with Yaya Mayweather, she is currently 23 years old, and she actually shares a baby with NBA YoungBoy. Now, she typically does make headlines surrounding her behavior about NBA YoungBoy. I know she was going through some court cases involving her slicing a woman up over her baby daddy, but that is not what we are talking about here. Ryan Garcia is claiming that Gervonta and Yaya have some sort of relationship or some type of dealings in the past. I want to go ahead and just get into the clip here.
Gervonta, Floyd Mayweather's daughter, and that's not even a secret. That's not even that's not something I'm exposing. Oh wow, after somebody did that to my daughter.
Right, that's what you.
I'm curious to know what you guys think about this. Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
The ongoing tension between Tank Davis and Floyd Mayweather has taken a new turn, with fellow boxer Ryan Garcia adding his perspective to the drama. According to Garcia, the rift between the two wasn't just about business or money, it was personal. He suggested that Tank's rumored involvement with Yaya Mayweather, Floyd's daughter, played a significant role in their fallout. Garcia pointed out that Floyd's anger toward Tank wasn't just about accusations of withheld earnings or control over fighters' careers. Instead, he implied that any protective father would react strongly to such a situation. If true, this would explain why their professional split became so bitter and personal. Tank, however, has never publicly addressed these claims. While he has been outspoken about feeling controlled under Mayweather Promotions, he's never confirmed nor denied any personal relationship with Yahya. Floyd, for his part, has remained silent on this particular accusation, opting instead to retaliate in other ways, such as posting a video aimed at damaging Tank's reputation. Regardless of the truth behind Garcia's claims, one thing is clear. The fallout between Mayweather and Tank goes far beyond business. With so many rumors and accusations swirling, their already strained relationship seems to be beyond repair.
If you're doing good, they got something to say. If you're doing bad, they got something to say. Do what makes you happy. You see this private jet that we on? I got it because I did what I wanted to do. I made over $1 billion. You know why? Because I did what I wanted to do. I'm gonna always tell Tank, do what you want to do.
Tank Davis and Floyd Mayweather's relationship is currently in a rough spot. There was a time, however, when Floyd was one of Tank's biggest supporters. Early in Tank's career, Floyd took him under his wing, offering guidance both inside and outside the ring. He saw potential in Tank and wanted to help him reach the top, not only providing promotional backing, but also sharing personal advice that would shape the young fighter's mindset. One of the key lessons Floyd passed on to Tank was how to handle criticism. He told him, if we do good, people got something to say. If we do wrong, people got something to say. It was a lesson in resilience, a reminder that no matter what he did, there would always be people with opinions, both positive and negative. Floyd emphasized that the best thing Tank could do was to focus on himself, his goals, and his own happiness, rather than trying to please everyone. This advice stuck with Tank as he navigated the ups and downs of his career. Whether it was dealing with critics, managing media narratives, or making business decisions, Floyd encouraged him to stay true to himself and not let outside voices dictate his path. At that time, their relationship was built on trust and mutual respect. Floyd saw Tank as the next big star in boxing, and Tank appreciated the guidance. Though their bond has since fractured, there's no denying that Floyd's early mentorship played a significant role in shaping Tank into the fighter he is today. The wisdom Floyd shared in those formative years still resonates, even as Tank has chosen to step out of his shadow and forge his own legacy.
People don't know that what Floyd do. A lot of people don't know what Floyd. Everything that Floyd said right there, the chrome heart bed, the Maybach, the Lloyd shit, that was all in my post.
That was you posted that. You posted that. Oh wow.
Chrome bag.
Right.
Lloyd shit. Maybach.
Tank Davis has been open about his frustrations with Floyd Mayweather, making it clear that there's more to their fallout than what the public sees. He suggested that Mayweather operates strategically behind the scenes, influencing situations in ways that aren't always apparent to fans. According to Tank, there have been private conversations and decisions made by Floyd that paint a different picture from the one shown to the public. One of Tank's main points of contention is his desire to build a legacy even greater than Mayweather's, and to do so at a younger age. He's openly stated that he believes he can achieve more than Floyd did in his prime, which he speculates may not sit well with his former mentor. For someone like Mayweather, who takes pride in being undefeated and the face of boxing for years, the thought of a protege surpassing him could be hard to accept.
I feel like it was a sub, like he was subbing you, like, oh, like
he was going at me. He was going at me, and I knew for sure he was going at me. That's why I went at him. There's no reason for me to go at Floyd. Floyd don't never. He felt as though I'm at that point where as though I passed him, and I'm doing it at a young age. Wait, like when Floyd was 29. You'll see, bro.
Yeah.
That deal that I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh, that's a part of
deal. He don't know about that yet. But that's bigger than his deal.
Adding to the tension, Tank has questioned why Mayweather has been seen training some of his potential opponents. He believes this isn't a coincidence, but rather a calculated move to slow down his rise. While some view it as Floyd simply staying active in the boxing world, Tank sees it as an attempt to undermine him. Despite these challenges, Tank remains laser-focused on his journey, determined to prove he doesn't need Mayweather's backing to succeed. He's made it clear that he's carving his own path, refusing to let anything or anyone stand in the way of his legacy. As he continues to dominate in the ring, he views every obstacle as just another step toward proving that he is the future of boxing.
The Tank's come out with a bit of a mad statement, and he said that Floyd Mayweather has been held captive in Dubai because he owes people money and he can't pay them, or won't pay them, one or the other. Before I carry on, please hit that follow button if you haven't already. We're on a mission to get to 10k. Now for me, the idea that one of the richest men in the world cannot pay somebody in Dubai is a bit mad. However, Tank Davis has come out and said ask Floyd to go live right now, and he can't. Which is a fair point, and knowing how Mayweather's ego is, if it was possible for him to go live, he would be responding to this straight off the bat. Now that being said, it wasn't that long ago since we saw that video call between him and Bill Haney on the internet. So whether this is true or not, I do not know. It could just be Tank throwing shots.
Amidst their ongoing disputes, Tank Davis has openly accused Floyd Mayweather of trying to control his career and personal decisions. Tank has expressed frustration over what he sees as Floyd's desire to dictate his every move, even after leaving Mayweather Promotions. According to Tank, Mayweather's influence went beyond business, making it hard for him to operate freely without interference. One of Tank's more surprising claims is that Mayweather has faced restrictions in places like Dubai due to financial disputes. While these allegations remain unverified, they underscore the growing mistrust between the two. Tank's statements suggest that their fallout isn't just about boxing or money, it's about control and power. The tension between them has only grown, with neither holding back and making bold accusations. What once began as a mentor-protege relationship has now transformed into a full-blown rivalry, with both taking shots at each other in interviews and on social media. Despite the ongoing friction, Tank remains focused on proving himself as a dominant force in boxing. He's made it clear that he no longer wants to be under Mayweather's shadow and is determined to carve his own path, no matter the obstacles he faces.
Mayweather, because I know that relationship has been a little bit ropey in the last few years. But you never know, especially with somebody like Mayweather, who sometimes comes across with a bit of a god complex. Maybe he's just tried screwing the wrong people. But let me know what you guys think to this. Do you think that Floyd Mayweather is being held captive in Dubai? Or do you think this is just Tank Davis stirring up some stuff? Let me know in the comments. As always, like, favourite, save a share, all appreciated. Please hit that follow button if you haven't already. We're on a mission to get to 10k. Peace out.
Calvin Ford, Tank Davis's longtime trainer, didn't hold back when discussing the situation involving Frank Martin and Floyd Mayweather's role in it. Reflecting on Mayweather's actions, Ford remarked, "That's how the true colors of a person come out," his tone carrying a sense of disappointment. He suggested that Mayweather's involvement with Tank's potential opponent felt like a betrayal. Ford's statement sheds light on the deeper tensions at play, not just between Tank and Floyd, but within the boxing world as a whole. Loyalty and mentorship are fundamental aspects of the sport, and when those bonds are broken, they create lasting resentment. Ford, who has stood by Tank from the start, views Mayweather's actions as yet another attempt to undermine his fighter's success. As Tank continues to carve his own path, Ford remains a steady presence, ensuring that no distractions, no matter how personal, will take away from his fighter's ultimate goal, domination in the ring.
Floyd situation, you know, Floyd is Floyd. That's like I say, Tank is Tank, man. But at the end of the day, you know, the man is chasing greatness, and you should be supporting that. I always tell you that you should be supporting that. You know, it's a rocky road that we said what's going on. Just pay attention, man. The story is going to rebuild itself. You know, but again, that's how you burn bridges. Somebody said this is the true colors of a person that's coming out, man. They can't stand it. You know, calm is it. I don't like using that word calm. You know, but our Lord knows. He knows. He knows. He knows.
The relationship between Floyd Mayweather and Tank Davis has always been rocky, but recent events have made it even worse. Their latest clash centers around Tank's upcoming fight against Lamont Roach, a matchup that Mayweather has openly advised against. However, Tank isn't interested in taking Floyd's advice and is determined to make his own decisions. This dispute isn't just about a single fight, it's about control. For years, Floyd played a major role in guiding Tank's career, ensuring every move was carefully calculated. But now that Tank has moved on from Mayweather Promotions, he wants full independence. He no longer wants Floyd's influence over his career choices, and this shift has caused serious tension between them. While Mayweather's warnings may come from genuine concern, Tank sees them as yet another attempt to control his path. He's determined to prove he can succeed on his own terms. As the rift between them deepens, one thing is clear: Tank isn't backing down. Whether the fight with Roach happens or not, this situation only reinforces that Tank is now fully in control of his own career.
When Floyd left Bob Arum, it's good for them to do it and become their own boss. And then if another guy does it, it's not good for the sport. He's disloyal. And what's wrong with Tank saying he want to be his own boss? And honestly, I've been there. The relationship between them two is very toxic. It's a toxic relationship. It's up and down and up and down. And I'm not going to elaborate to everything that I know, but it's a very toxic relationship. And that's why when I tweet stuff, I don't tweet often, but when I tweet, I may fire off 50 tweets in the day. And that's why when I tweeted certain things about the relationship, Tank retweeted it, because he knows. Like, I'm not just gonna say what it is. It's a very toxic relationship. It's back and forth. And I think it will serve him best to go and be his own.
That's a wrap for today's video. Stay tuned and see you next time.